Morning guys, Beverly has just passed her 20,000 mile mark, as you can see on the video that I'm going to overlay while I'm chatting to you guys, and her state of health is 94.75, which again you'll see on a screenshot I took for you guys. Now before I go into facts about Beverly and that milestone, the thing I wanted to bring to your attention is, whilst people have said that Lease by Pro isn't that accurate, what I will be planning on doing, and I was going to originally do 2 range tests a year, I think the way to move forward with this is once I get down to 10% off the range, so when Lease by actually reports, which is probably going to be around the 40,000 mile mark, I will do another range test which I can then compare, say 10% off, to see how she's actually performing in terms of that degradation, if that makes any sense. Doing it now when there's only nearly 5% off isn't going to be that relevant. It's going to be like splitting hairs in terms of like elevation and in terms of the topography of the ground I'm traveling over there, so I can replicate the entire test that I did when I first done my test earlier in this year, in 2018. It's going to be impossible to do because I'd have to replicate all of the journeys, the fares I did, and with the passenger load, so it's going to be very, very difficult. That's why I think if we wait until I've got showing just 90% of the battery remaining according to Lease by, and again I emphasize this because some people have said Lease by isn't that accurate. Okay, fine, that's the point of doing the range test, because then if I'm still doing 150 miles, then we know that that 10% that's actually showing on Lease by is incorrect. That'd be a good way of actually testing it. Again, like I said back there, it's going to be very difficult because obviously I'm going to have different loads. All I can do is try to replicate, I mean, I won't be able to replicate the journeys I did because I'd have to go back to the company I work for and actually see what journeys I pick up, and it's just it's going to be an impossibility. So basically what I'll do is I'll just do a normal day, and I'll keep doing normal days that replicate that the best. I believe on that range test day I actually done a motorway job as well, so what I'll do is I'll try to replicate that into that range test when I get to that stage with the battery degradation showing, like I said back there. So as far as Lease by Pro reporting, it's on 94.75. One point I wanted to make, if that is accurate, I have actually been doing a test from 10,000 to 20,000 miles regarding the amount of charges you're going to get, like the cycles off the life of the battery over a given time frame. And because one of my videos I posted back a few months ago regarding keeping it between say 20 and 80, or 20 and 90, or 30 and 90 and such forth, will increase the cycles you get. Now going by what I've seen on Lease by, if it is correct, the gentleman up in Scotland who released a video, I'll try and get the link for it and put it in the section below, he actually said that the way that these batteries are set out, charging to those charge cycles that not that he was saying me personally, but where other people have actually said you'll get different cycles out of the batteries, he was actually saying the way that these batteries are set up, that doesn't matter whether you charge to 90 or 100%, because the way that they're all in, I can't remember if it was in parallel or serial, the way that they're all plugged in together, and the nature of the way the cells have been manufactured. I mean, it's quite an in-depth video that he done, but the point I wanted to make is I've actually been charging between 10,000 miles and the 20,000 miles, which was predominantly through the summer when I didn't need the range I need on a day-to-day basis. I've been keeping, as you may have seen in one of my other videos, between 20 and 30% and 80 and 90%. I'm being honest here, I would say out of all of the charge cycles in that 10 to 20,000 mile point, I probably charged 100% or over 90% probably about 10 times. That's only when I needed it because I was doing a longer journey and I knew the day before that I was going to be doing that, so I charged 100%. But all of the other times I kept it between 78 and 85%. And going by that, what we've seen on Lease by shows that Scottish gentleman is actually correct in what he was saying, in the fact that it doesn't matter. But like I said back there, what I will do is to confirm this, if LeaseBuy is actually inaccurate, is I'll wait until LeaseBuy actually shows me that I've got 90% of the battery left, and that's when I'm going to do my range test again. And I think moving forward with this, I think what I'll do is I will actually do a range test on every 10% degradation. Like I said in my first ever video, the plan was to do it twice a year. The battery isn't degrading enough for me to measure it. I think the 10% will be more prominent and relevant to actually show in real world scenarios as a taxi or a private hire driver how much range these vehicles are actually losing. But anyway, that's the future. Other than that, Beverly has been utterly reliable since the creaking noise, which happened between the 10 and the 20,000 mile developed. I've had no problems. The creaking hasn't come back. I'm struggling to think of anything that's been problematic. The app has been problematic, which I did mention before, is very hit and miss, and I will do a separate video regarding that. That's going to be coming very soon. My tyres I've ordered today, this morning. I'm renewing my tyres on the 20,000 mile mark. I will be doing a My Faults mini review, like I said before, of the EC300. Fantastic tyres overall, guys. If you're buying a 2018 or the 2019 Leaf, I think very quickly here, without going into the My Faults, overall they are brilliant for this vehicle, and I will be sticking with the EC300s for as long as I've got Beverly. But one thing I would say is that what I will be planning on doing with the EC300s on my new set is at 10,000 miles I'm going to swap them over, so effectively my near side will go to the offside and vice versa, because my offside tyre has still got quite a bit of tread on it. I could replace just the inside tyre, or sorry, the near side tyre, and keep that one on the outside, but in all honesty, it will probably start wearing soon anyway. I could keep it as a spare. I'll see when they take it off what it's like, but because of the town where I work, we've got a lot of roundabouts. They wear a lot more on the near side leading edge all the time, hence the reason why that's I'm replacing the tyres. Now, one thing I will say as well regarding the 20,000 mile update is my costings. I'm not going to bother going through again. If you want to know how much the costings are, I appreciate fuel's gone up here in the UK by about 7p a litre since I last done my costings, but it's easy enough to work out. Just do multiples of 10,000 miles is the point I'm trying to make, if you want to know how much they're saving, or how much this car saving, I should say, in terms of fuel. Now, my brake pads obviously haven't been replaced, and I haven't actually had access to a digital micrometer to actually check these against, say, a brand new car in the showroom. It's something I'd like to do maybe again when I reach 30 or 40,000 miles to see how small the wear is actually on these vehicles. But yeah, I say that there's nothing. I mean, you can't even feel even the tiniest of lip. They're like brand new, which is good news, obviously, because it's less costings on the vehicle. Anyway, guys, that's about it, I think, for this 20,000 mile update. I hope you're having a good day, and let's hope that the next 10,000 miles go by as flawlessly as the first and the second. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye for now.